All of our officials are appointed by the WBU and the British Boxing Board of Control. President of ringside, Mr. John Robinson. The commissioners are Waleed Solomons and Charlie Robinson. Our British Boxing Board of Control steward in charge is Mr. Robert Smith. Timekeeper bell is Mr. Greg Hugh from Holloway. We have 3 scoring judges at ringside, all from England. They are Ian John Lewis, Carl Rogers, and Reg Thompson. And when the action begins, our referee is one of the world's elite, Mr. Dave Paris from Edmonton. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Saturday Fight Night. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the red corner. He's wearing the blue, yellow and red coloured shorts. At the weight he's scaled exactly on the 11-stone championship limit. From 31 contests, he has 24 wins. 6 of those wins coming by way of countout. With only 5 defeats and 2 draws. He's the former undefeated welterweight champion of the Commonwealth. And tonight he brings to the ring the WBU International Light Middleweight title. He is the champion from Hamilton in Scotland, Super Scott Dixon. And opposing him in the blue corner, he's wearing the silver-colored shorts with a black trim. He also scaled on the championship limit of 11 stone. From 19 contests, he has 17 wins. 13 wins coming by way of countout, with only 2 defeats. Tonight, he makes the first defense of his championship. He is the proud, current, and reigning WBU light middleweight champion of the world from Norway, Takaloo! Our referee, Mr. Dave Paris, will now give his instructions to both boxers. This is 12 3-minute rounds for the WBU Light Middleweight Championship of the World.
Punch with a knuckle part of glove, one ear goes down, go with the furthest as before. Break when I tell you to, defend yourself all the time. Shake hands, boys. Good luck to you both.
Could be an interesting one, this. Will Takaloo provide another very fast finish as he did in Manchester? Does have a couple of defeats on his record and was outboxed by Michael Jones. And I'm sure Scott Dixon will be working on a similar kind of strategy if he can, as the taller man and also the more experienced man. Takaloo won in 2 minutes and 3 seconds against Farnell in the silver trunks here, the blue of Scott Dixon from Hamilton in Scotland, but based at the Peacock Gym just down the road from the York Hall here at Canning Town. Takaloo, a much fitter boxer these days under the conditioning work of Jim McDonnell, who was a super dedicated fitness freak of a fighter himself, and a pretty good one too. First defense of the WBU title, this, for Takaloo. Dixon, his confidence restored, especially by the win over Jamie Moore. Good body shot there from Takaloo. Dixon's been in some very good fights along the way. Maybe a few too many hard ones for his own good. Dixon, true to form, is looking to box behind the jab. But he's not really the cute jab and move type of merchant, is he?
No, he's not, and you'd think Takaloo can use his strength and get to him.
Did there. Head and body punch. Dixon got back with a good one of his own, mind you. Just covered up for a moment, Takaloo, after that landed. And already this contest showing signs of igniting in round 1.
That's a good left hooks going in from Dixon, but I don't know if this is the right place for him to be so early in the contest.
Takaloo's confidence is so high, maybe after that big win over Farnell, that complacency might just be an enemy for him tonight. I think the Dixon camp thought pretty long and hard before agreeing to take this match. That may tell you something.
He's also looking a bit tenser on the shoulders, Takaloo, so maybe there's a lot more with that win against Farnell. There's a lot more on his shoulders.
Again, the body shot, left to the body was the one that did the damage, and down goes Dixon in round one. Takes a look at his corner. I think he's going to get up all right with a count at 8, but that's knocked a lot out of him, and there's quarter of a minute left in the round. Can Takaloo finish it in round one again? More punches, and down goes Dixon for a second time. Left hand. And I don't think he's going to make it. I think it's going to be round one again for Takaloo. It is. Dixon blown away. And Takaloo is in absolutely sensational form. 2 knockdowns, 1 round. Takaloo retains his title.
Well, that was very impressive from Takaloo. He looked a little bit tense early on, but he started to get the punches off. And the body punch, that was the one that took everything out of Dixon.
It was a tremendous left hand to the body that started the trouble, and even though there were only a few seconds left in the round, Dixon couldn't get through them. Once again, he looks as if he's hardly been in a fight. In the past, he's been to the Swiss Alps to chisel his body into condition. And the days when he was losing to Jawed Khalik and lacking stamina, and Michael Jones when he was outboxed, suddenly seemed a long time ago now, and Dixon's still wincing from that. The suspicion remains that really he's a welterweight, and when he's put in with the heavier hitting light middles, it's too much for him.
Yeah, and also, you know, he elected to stand with Takaloo early. That wasn't the right thing for him to do. He got through with a couple of good left hooks. That gave him some confidence, and he started to want to trade with him, and that just gave Takaloo the perfect opportunity to get his heavier punches on.
Look at that shot. That was the one. That was the one.
Yep, textbook left hook, found the gap just behind the elbow, sunk it in, got everything, all the power behind that punch, and it's very hard to come back when you've had to take something like that.
Well, Murray McGuigan and Ricky Hatton would have been proud of that shot. There was nearly no way back for Dixon after that. He was kind of barged to the floor in the end, but hit by more shots just prior to it.
Yeah, there's more shots going in. Little jab there and a short little right hand, and he went down, but he wasn't going to get through that. The strength, the power, everything was with Takaloo.
He's improving very, very fast indeed. How intriguing it would be to see him in with Wayne Alexander or Steve Roberts, both of whom are at ringside, or Richard Williams, who you'll see on Tuesday night, by the way, on Sky from Liverpool. Do tune in for that. Dixon gets up. Dave Paris doesn't want to see any more of it. Over. Round one again. Oh, what a period in the career this is. They're still down there and now getting some oxygen treatment. Scott Dixon. It looks like he's going to be all right. It is precautionary, part of the many safety measures in place by the British Boxing Board of Control with the welfare of fighters in mind. And I'm glad to see that Takaloo has not been rushing around the ring, whooping it up all the time that Dixon is on the floor. Much too respectful of his fellow professionals for that. Well, a lot of people close to this fellow, and not many believed them a while back, were telling you how good he is. Is he the best of our light middleweights?
Well, I'm not sure yet. There's good people for him yet to face. I think Jim McDonald's done a tremendous job in instilling the confidence and the self-belief in Takaloo to make him this much more improved. And also, you know, he took his chance against Anthony Farnell. It paid off, and I think, you know, that'll serve him well.
The oxygen mask is now off. Scott Dixon. This was for the WBU championship. They said championship of the world in announcing it, but of course it's there's so much chaos in world boxing. not really a world title if we're honest with you. And I think Takaloo would say probably the same thing about that. Oscar De La Hoya is the boss, the real boss of the light middleweights, and no question about it. And Takaloo still has to prove in the ring that he's the best in Britain. But certainly we would love to see those matches against Alexander Roberts or Richard Williams, and we hope that Scott Dixon is going to make a full recovery. It tells you what a good body shot that was, that he's still down there, and this is a man who's a physical training instructor and is super fit.
Well, it was, it really caught him in the right place very early in the fight when Takaloo was very strong, getting full power behind that, and yeah, it took an awful lot out of him, as shots like that do.
Got a lot of hard ones, Scott Dixon, along the way, and I'm sure he'll be back again. He's still only 24. I think they'll just have to be a little more circumspect in the matches they agree for him at this new weight of light middleweight. He was good enough to cope with the unbeaten Manchester youngster Jamie Moore last time, but Farnell, Roberts and now Takaloo have all stopped him, and I think he's going to be taken out of the ring by the look of it here on the stretcher. I think this is all precaution. We must hope so. His condition will be carefully monitored, all of which just takes the shine off it a little for Takaloo himself. I don't know if he's sustained a rib injury from that punch, and that's why he can't manage to get upright. What do you think, Glenn?
Yes, it could be that. He looks a bit in pain when he was trying to move, to sit down. So I think there could be some damage to the ribs, which is tremendously painful. And that's why they obviously take great care in getting him out.
Well, let's hope for a very, very speedy recovery for Scott, who's been in some real thrillers in the ring, notably the one against Derek Roach, which everybody who saw it will long remember. A good man and a good professional as well. But just finding it too much tonight against the power and newfound confidence of the 25-year-old from Margate in Kent, whose following will grow even more. Not a sight we like to see, that, but let's hope he's going to be all right. Takaloo looks a bit worried about it himself. He would be.
Yes, he's obviously going to be concerned, but he did look all right, Scott Dixon. This is a body shot, and I think really they're just taking care because he's in a bit of pain.
One other piece of news we're getting now is that Scott Dixon fell awkwardly and has problems with an ankle as well. And it looks like they're strapping the right ankle, so that would explain a bit more. So the good news, really, if you can have good news when your ankle's being strapped like that and you've just been knocked out by a body punch, you know what I mean, is that it's not a head injury. We're not dealing with anything of an emergency nature here.
No, that explains it. They took the boot off and now strapped the ankle up, so you know, as we thought, he is okay. You know, just in pain getting out of the ring.
And now Takaloo can afford to smile and show his emotions a wee bit more about another very good win. Interesting to hear what the plans are for him from Frank Warren's Sports Network organisation. I'll tell you one thing, he's going to be making a bit more money, isn't he? He's a headliner now.
Please clear the gangways, please. The news concerning Scott Dixon is not as serious as it looks. He's taken to hospital for a precautionary broken ankle. So the news is quite good, thank you. Please clear the gangways.
So Takaloo takes his record now to 18 wins, 14 inside schedule, the last 2 in the first round, and those 2 defeats. He looked like a fighter who was short of stamina early in his career. You can forget all that now. He's really on his way. Here's the official announcement anyway belatedly coming up from RMC.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 minutes and 59 seconds of round number 1, star referee Dave Farris has reached the count of 10. Your winner, and still the WBU light middleweight champion of the world, from Margate, Takaloo!
This is becoming one of those dreams that only boxing can develop. Much more action to come here tonight from the York Court Bethnal Green before we finish. At heavyweight, Matthew Ellis looking to press his claims among the newer faces against Colin Absalon. And also John McDermott live here tonight against Gary Williams. So 2 heavyweight clashes still ahead. Joined us here. Congratulations. Barry thinks he took risks that he didn't need to take against you. Do you agree with that, Dixon?
Yeah, he come and tried to fight me. If he went on the movement a little bit more. But I said he's a really, really tough guy. He's shown in the other fights with Anthony Farnell and Steve Roberts, you know, to give him a tough fight, you know. Took him 7 or 8 rounds. But like I said, I had a different thing for him, you know. No one could stand with me in trade, so the bombs are ready for him.
Were you ready to box him if you had to?
I was ready for him because I knew he was going to have 2 game plans, one to box and the other one is to stand there and fight and wait for me to punch myself out. But that's in the past now. I could do 20 rounds now, so that's all gone. It's all finished.
You look pleased with yourself. This is a more difficult man to please, let's be honest about it. What was your man like tonight?
Yeah, I mean, when you win in 1 round, obviously we thought it'd be 5, 4 or 5. I thought it'd take a few rounds for him to break him down. But obviously, Takaloo is, I've said to him a long time ago, when I look at Fernando Vargas, all them guys out there, they're all basically the same age as Tag, and his career is now beginning to develop, was developed very early, and I think he's just going to get better and better, and winning the titles gives him so much confidence.
Yeah, but you are a realist. Is your man a potential world-class light middleweight?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you why I say that. I don't say that on guessing. I say that on fact. And I know you got to produce it on the night, but I mean, he sparred with world champions like Adrian Stone. He sparred with Harry Simon. And if you watch them spar, then you won't be able to tell who the world champion is. And that was like literally a year ago, and he's come on a lot since then. So yeah, the answer to that question is yes, definitely.
Thank you, Jim. And a last word to you, Takaloo. It's an extraordinary story which began with your family back in Iran. Life wasn't very good for all of you back then. Can you believe what is happening to you now?
No, so we were just talking about it the other day. Everything's changed so much, you know. Coming here, I couldn't even speak a word of English. Now I'm the world champion, so I'm looking forward, you know, made the Iranian people proud and all the British people as well. So yeah, they're starting to call me the milkman now because I only do a round, so they've got a little joke in the gym.
When you get in real class, you know that changes, but well done tonight. Thank you very much, and to you, Jim.